I'm going to be sharing a very powerful passage of scripture. It's not very popular, as I've never heard anyone actually address it, but I believe that it will encourage someone today. All right, so it's taken from the book of Genesis, chapter 11, and we're going to read a few verses, starting from verse 27. And it reads, this is the account of Terah's family line. Terah became the father of Abram, Nahor, and Haran. So he had three sons. And this is before Abraham was Abraham. So he was Abram at the time. And Haran, which is the son of Terah, became the father of Lot. While his father Terah was still alive, Haran died in Ur of the Chaldeans. Now, this seems kind of random in light of the passages or verses prior to this passage, that this information is released here. But God, in his infinite wisdom, has something significant for us. So let's read on. Verse 31. Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarah, the wife of his son Abram, and together they set out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to Canaan. So let's see what's happening here. So Terah being the patriarch of the family, with all his family, and those times they would travel in large groups. So there would be servants, there would be all his possessions, including the herds and livestock. And so they're in Ur, and he set out to go to Canaan. So Canaan was the destination. Canaan was the goal. Now, why Canaan? Canaan was known as the land flowing with milk and honey. It was a land that was bountiful. It was a land that was flourishing. Lots of greenery. It was the ideal place to settle in. It was the ideal place for your family to live. And so it was obviously much better than where they were. So his goal was commendable, that he's taking his family from one place and bringing them to a better place. Let's read on. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. Now, there's very limited information on Terah. We don't have a lot of background of his story, but we can make some presumptions based on what I just read. What we see here is that they came to a place called Haran, which we read in the earlier passages, that the name of his son who died was Haran. So what we can assume here is that Terah was greatly affected by his son Haran's death. I believe he was devastated. I believe he was crushed. I believe that he was depressed, and he had to find a way to memorialize his son and name a city after his son. It was a way to honor his memory. It was a way to hold on to the memory of his son. Let's read verse 32. Terah lived 205 years, and he died in Haran. Now watch this. Remember what I said. He was sent out to go to Canaan. That was the goal. That was the destination. But on his journey, he settled in a place called Haran. Maybe he wanted to stay a couple of days, rest of the while, and that's understandable considering that he had a sizable amount of possessions. So he wanted to rest for a little while, but he ended up staying. He overstayed his welcome. He stayed there too long and ended up dying there without achieving the goal that he was set out to achieve. Now let's read Genesis chapter 12. And watch this. This is powerful. The Lord had said to Abram, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And all the peoples on the earth will be blessed through you. Verse 4. So Abraham went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abraham was 75 years old when he set out from Haran, the place where his father died, the place where they had stopped, Abraham was told by God to leave that place and go to a land I will show you, and that land happened to be Canaan. What I conclude here is that God initially spoke to Terah, telling him to leave where he is and head to a country, head to Canaan. But because Terah was distracted, because Terah couldn't get over the death of his son, he ended up settling. And so he never achieved the goal. But God had it in mind that somehow, some way, the goal must be realized. There are people that are waiting on this blessing. And so God raised up Abraham, Terah's son, and said, well, your father couldn't do it, so I'm going to give you the charge to do what he was supposed to do. And Abraham obeyed God, did everything God said. And because of him, many lives were blessed. Many peoples, nations were blessed because of Abraham's obedience. What is that telling us? We're going to have things that God's going to put in our spirits. We're going to have some things that, some destinations in mind. And we're going to desire it badly. But along the way, we go through what we call life. There are some things, challenges, some fiery trials of afflictions. There's some things that's going to throw us off course. We're going to be bruised sometimes. We're going to be running and we're going to trip up. But in the midst of that, even if you trip up, you need to dust off your feet and stand up again. Even though your legs are bruised, you got to fix your eyes on the prize. Fix your eyes on the destination. And even if you can't run like you used to, you can still put one foot in front of the other foot and keep on pressing towards the goal. Because many are waiting on you. Many people's lives can be blessed because of your obedience. So you need to keep that in mind. It serves you no good for settling at a place where God has told you that there's greater things in store for you. And so if you keep on pressing your way on, and when you fulfill that goal and reach that destination, many, many lives will be blessed because of your obedience. So I'm encouraging you today, don't give up. I know it's hard. I know things can happen so bad that you feel devastated. But this is not a walk of sight. This is a walk of faith. Abraham was a father of faith. You're going to follow his example. Don't be like Terah, but be like Abraham. Just move forward and the victory will be yours. Thank you so much for listening. Take care. God bless.